This is Optimal Finance Daily, Episode 10. Check Your Credit Score, The Most Ignored Big Win, by Ramit Sethi of IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com.
Get ready to maximize your potential with Optimal Finance Daily, the podcast that brings you the best content in personal finance 5 days a week. Your optimal life awaits. Now here's your host, Dan Warren.
Hi again, and welcome to Optimal Finance Daily, where I read to you from some of the best personal finance blogs on the planet. And today I have a post, once again, from Ramit Sethi. And you'll notice as we move along on the podcast that there are going to be some experts who are our favorites, and that's because they've been at this for a while. They've developed a real following and a lot of respect in the business. Even if they sometimes would disagree with each other, we want you as a listener to hear all of their points of view. So I hope this new podcast is proving to be helpful to you, and you can help to make it even better. Visit oldpodcast.com to share your thoughts or your suggestions for future shows. And before we get to today's content from Ramit, just a quick reminder that this show does not have any ads, which you've probably noticed, and doesn't turn a profit. So if you're interested in keeping this show going, come join the Optimal Finance Daily family for free and get a bunch of free stuff for yourself in the process. All you have to do is text the word financial to 44222 or visit oldpodcast.com to join, and it's a great way to show your support for this project. And with that, let's jump right in and start optimizing your life. Check Your Credit Score, The Most Ignored Big Win, by Ramit Sethi of IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. There are about 10 big wins that if you get right, you'll almost never have to worry about spending money on lattes or ordering a large Coke. Let other people worry about turning the light off in their oven. Yes, this is an actual piece of advice given by a personal finance blogger. If you get the big wins right, you can buy as many lattes as you want. In fact, I wrote an entire manifesto about big wins. IWT students don't worry about saving $2 or $3 on lattes, knowing that in the grand scheme of things, money is largely meaningless. Plus, as cognitive misers, we have limited cognition and attention, so each additional thing we try to focus on means an overall reduced amount of willpower and attention. If you had to use your limited willpower to cut back on $2 a day of something you love versus learning how to negotiate a $10,000 salary increase, which would you rather do? Minutia-focused people try to focus on everything, rarely prioritizing. They obsess over their monthly spending as much as turning the oven light off, never understanding the futility of trying to trick human nature. They use phrases like, I just need to, and yeah, I really should, and if I just try harder this month, I should be able to. Those big wins include negotiating your salary, starting to invest early, earning money on the side, and a few others. Today, I want to highlight one of the big wins that usually gets ignored. It's sexy to talk about negotiation scripts or master-level interviewing strategies, but nobody wants to talk about this one. Improving your credit score is a big win. Boring, yes, but also potentially worth over $100,000 to you. Consider two people. One has great credit, the other has poor credit. In their 30s, they decide to buy houses of similar prices. How much do you think they pay? Simply by virtue of having different credit scores, the person with poor credit will pay over $68,000 more than the person with excellent credit. Step one of improving your credit score is checking what it is. That way, if it's already great, you can skip optimizing it and get on to other parts of your life. But if it sucks, you can spend a few minutes setting up systems to automatically improve it. I show you how below. By the way, it's funny. Improving our credit is something we know we should do, but we constantly look for new, shiny things to do. Just like the overweight person who constantly looks for the new fad diet, we already know what we need to do, yet we prefer to dream about something new instead of doing the simple work of executing on what works. I refuse to do that for you. I love taking whiny, shiny strategy-seeking weirdos and kicking them off my site. Oh, you want to know what to do with your money and you haven't even opened the right account? Oh, you want to start trading derivatives but you haven't even paid off your debt? Please, GTFO. Do you know virtually the only time we care about our credit? When we go to make a huge purchase like a house or car. That's when you hauntingly think back to my foreboding voice in your head saying, I should have listened to Ramit. Unfortunately, I'm not your therapist, so I won't be coddling you. Chances are, I'll be in Vegas anyway. One of the defining characteristics about people who live a rich life is that they plan ahead. With few exceptions, you know you'll buy a car someday. You know you'll buy a house someday. And since the difference in a great score and a poor score can be worth $100,000 plus, taking a few minutes to check it is one of the easiest things you can do. So here's something simple you can do by tomorrow that can dramatically improve your ability to live a rich life. 1. Check your credit score. I wanted to find an even easier way for you to check your credit score, so I partnered with Credit Karma to get you a free credit score. Note, you can always get your credit report free once a year at annualcreditreport.com. Usually this costs $20, but you can find your credit score free via Credit Karma. Here's the link to improve your credit score. Amidst a bunch of scammy credit score companies, I like these guys, which is why I reached out to partner with them. 2. If your credit score is good, move on. Spend time on other areas of living a rich life. If it's not great, I wrote a massive post on how to improve your credit score, which you can use to implement 3 simple steps to semi-automatically improve your credit score. This might seem boring, but it's the steady, simple changes you make that can produce lasting change. And I insist on giving you the material you need instead of just the shiny tactics we all want, because in the end, if you can take an hour to do this today, your future self will thank you. You just listened to the post titled Check Your Credit Score, the Most Ignored Big Win by Ramit Sethi of IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com, and I hope that was good information for you guys. Certainly was useful to me. If you have any comments about the post, any comments about the author, maybe a personal experience about buying a big ticket item with a high credit score or a low credit score, anything that stood out to you about this, share your thoughts with us at oldpodcast.com. And once again, you can show your support for this very free and so far unprofitable show by joining the personal finance family over at oldpodcast.com, or even easier, just text the word financial to 44222 to join. You'll get some free tips every week, a few financial gifts, and you'll also be entered every month to win a free book. So it's a win-win for you. Come check it out. Thanks so much for joining us today. We will see you next time where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from amazing bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Finance Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.